Hello and welcome to 1314 College Algebra. I'm Professor Algio at Lone Star North Harris, and so this is just kind of an introduction video to make sure you kind of know where to find everything. And so the first thing you want to do is go to the Lone Star website and go to your we want to go to class login. So we'll go ahead and go here, and this will take you to the D2L, and actually I'm already logged in, so it's automatically bringing me in here, but you'll want to use your same credentials that you would use for your email, and that should log you into the D2L. And so I'm teaching two sections this semester, and so one's online completely, and the other one's hybrid. But for the information that I'm about to give you, it pretty much pertains to both courses for the most part. So what you'll want to do is go ahead and click when you get to D2L, go ahead and click on your course. And this is an old announcement. I'll update this, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to content. And here, there's not much here, but there's important links though. You've got the syllabus, how to register for My Math Lab. That's how we're gonna do our homework and exams, and then the calendar, and then the notes and videos. So important stuff. So we'll start with the syllabus, and so I've already got that open, so I'm gonna pull it up here. So here's my online one, that's for 1501, and then I also have 1525, that's a hybrid class. Really, the only difference between the two courses is that the hybrid class, we're gonna meet in person on Tuesdays from 9 to 10:20. So from 9 to 10:20. And that's really kind of the difference. Those folks are invited to come in and bring your questions, and we'll do mini lectures and stuff like that. Maybe even work on some homework in class, and I'll be there to help assist. And like I said, I'll also do lectures by request. And so, but other than that, the courses are set up pretty identical, the due dates and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and go through the syllabus. So our ebook or My Math Lab code right here, it's going to be different for each course. So make sure when you do this, you do it through D2L. In D2L, you'll have a document right here that's specific to your class, okay? Um, and we'll go through that in a little bit so I can kind of show you how to set that up. So for this particular course, this would be the ID, but be sure to go through D2L because it might not be the same for your class. If you're in the hybrid class, the code is different, okay? And so we'll go through on how to set that up in a little bit. Okay, next, calculators really don't need anything more than a scientific calculator. You can do graphing if you want, but really scientific's more than enough for this course. Don't spend more than 10 bucks, okay? Now I have some links here for some free calculators that you're more than welcome to use those also. All right, the purpose of our course for the most part, for most students, is really just to fulfill their degree plan, okay? Um, and so let's see, our major outcomes, I'm not going to go through all that, but you can read through that if you'd like. You're probably a little bit more interested on evaluation. So homework will count for 15%, and that'll be done in My Math Lab. And once again, I'll show you that in a minute. There will be 4 regular exams, and again, those will be given in My Math Lab, and you will be given 1 hour and 30 minutes to complete each exam. You are permitted to use your notes. Please use your notes. Please, that's a skill to, organize your notes and be prepared, okay? But refrain from any other resources, okay? And there are ways of detecting if you're using something other than what is permitted. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. If you are caught cheating, you'll automatically receive a 0 on the assessment, may be dropped or given an F in the course. So let's not play that way. All right, since all exams are open notes, I will not drop your lowest score. So just keep that in mind. So there are huge advantages to having an open note exam, but with that, I will not supply, I'm sorry, I will not drop your lowest grade. Now for the final exam, there will be a cumulative final exam. Once again, it will be open notes. You will be given 2 hours on the final exam, okay? And once again, yeah, open notes, no problem with that. I will provide a review for the final exam. There won't be reviews on the regular exams, and once again, that's kind of due to the fact that you have an open note test, and so you're already at quite an advantage. And so, anyways, um, grading scale, we should be pretty familiar with this. I will mention for the D, a D is a 60 to a 69, which is passing, but if you transfer to a four-year university, most likely they're going to make you repeat the course if you have a D. Not all of them, but quite a few of them would make you repeat the course. So we really need to be shooting for a C or better. Okay, reasons you could be dropped from the course. Well, if you get a zero on on two or more exams, obviously once you get zero on two exams, it's almost mathematically impossible to pass, okay? So we want to make sure we don't miss those exams, and we'll go over the calendar in a minute so we make sure that doesn't happen. Another reason you could be dropped is if you don't have full access to MyMathLab. That's our program we're using. Yes, it costs $70 to get access to that, but that's in lieu of having to buy a book. So, and you will actually have access to a digital copy with that purchase. But we have to have access to MyMathLab or else we can't complete the course. So I kind of give you a deadline of 2 weeks to get that. You need to get it day one, and you should because there's a way to get it for free for 2 weeks. And once again, I'll go over that in a minute. So course withdrawal, if you do decide at some point it's in your best interest to drop, the last day to do that would be November 15th. So just want to make sure everybody's aware of that. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. And if you are contemplating that, you're more than welcome to reach out to me and kind of get my thoughts with where you're at in the course. I'm more than happy to kind of help you out there and figure out what you need to do moving forward. Okay, our basic Lone Star College syllabus policies. Um, if you click this link or go to this QR code, it's going to give you all this stuff which every syllabus at Lone Star has. So I'm not going to really go in depth on these. The one I will highlight is the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act. If you have an accommodation, just I need to make sure you make me aware of that so I can make sure I honor that. And then here's another link and QR code for North Harris Math syllabus information. Once again, it's got, information about the department, about the Achievement Center, which is basically our tutoring center, okay, and some other stuff. And once again, you can kind of look through that if you'd like to. Um, I will talk about the Math Achievement Center in a second because I do have a link down here directly to there. Our Dean of Natural Science and Mathematics Division is Ellen Trinnell. And here's our email and our phone number for our office and where you can find her on campus. So if you're having any concerns with anything that I can't resolve, this would be the next person that you would contact. Okay, so the MAC Center, we call it MAC, Math Achievement Center. So that's where you can get your tutoring. The website should be updated tomorrow. Last I saw, it wasn't updated, but let's go ahead and check it out. They still have the summer schedule in here. But if you click here, you will be able to figure out when you can get in-person tutoring. And then down here, you can figure out how to get your online tutoring. So let's go ahead and look at Monday. So see, they still have summer 2 listed, but it will get updated in the next day or two. And what you can see is they start in the morning and go from there with who's available for tutoring. And it will tell you, okay, so if we look at Brenda right here from 11 to 2 p.m., these are the courses that she tutors, and you can see there's 13, 14, okay? And so what you would do is you just click on her WebEx link right here, and it will take her to her WebEx page if you go between 11 and 2, and she'll be there to help you with any issues you're having or questions you have with your math assignments. All right, let me see. I'm gonna go back here. And I think that's kind of it. The last one is just about the COVID prevention expectations and updates. Uh, the online course, you don't really have to worry about that. But for the hybrid course, I mean, I'd obviously email you and let y'all know if something happens to where we have to move online. But as of now, we're a go on Tuesday to meet in person. So I'll be there. Okay, let's see. So next, let's see. So we went over that. Let's see. Next, actually, I'm going to go to the calendar next. We can look at that. So I'm going to click on that. And once again, the calendar is the same for whether you're in the hybrid or the online course. Okay, so here we are. I kind of set up the calendar on like a Tuesday, Thursday schedule. Obviously, you can do this in however you like. I mean, don't wait till the last minute on a lot of this stuff, but like this is kind of how I paced it. If I was teaching this in person on a Tuesday, Thursday schedule, this is the way I would cover the material. Now, I know some of y'all might prefer to do more of your work on the weekends, or maybe there's certain days in the week that you have more time to spend on this stuff, but it's just kind of how I paced it. Now, what's not negotiable is the due dates. And so you can see right here, the Unit 1 exam will be available starting September 16th, and it's available all the way to the 22nd. So on the 16th, you can see I have assignments that, if you're pacing yourself, you should be hitting those assignments on that day. And if you're a little ahead of schedule, you could take your exam. But if not, I give you plenty of breathing room. I give you 7 days to take the exam, the 16th all the way to the 22nd. Now I have the homework due on the 21st, okay? So once again, you have plenty of time to complete all the homework. Don't wait though. Don't email me on the 20th or the 21st asking for extra time, okay? Um, I'm warning you now. Make sure, pace yourself. Ideally, you want to work on this at least, every other day, log in and, do a little bit of work on it. The more you do that, the easier this is going to be on you. All right, so then same thing with Unit 2, pretty similar. Then we have our exam here. It's available from the 14th all the way to the 20th. Homework's due the day before the last day you can take the exam. By the way, all this will be done in my math lab, and we're going to go over that next. Here we go. This exam's available from the 9th, and then I give you all the way to the 15th, and then once again, the homework is due on the 14th, the day before. And then here we go, right before our Thanksgiving break, the exam's available from the 25th, and then I actually give you a really long time. I give you all the way to the 6th. Ideally, hopefully you take it before spring break, or I'm sorry, Thanksgiving, so you can enjoy the holiday, right? So get it out of the way so you can enjoy your time with your family. But once again, if you need that extra time, it is going to be there for you. So plenty of time. Then on December 7th, we have one more section of notes we have to cover. This is after the Unit 4 exam. It's fairly short, but it's something that is required. So we'll cover that, and then that due date's on the 10th of December, which is going to be a Friday. And then the following week, you'll take your final exam. You could take it anywhere from Monday to Thursday on that last week of finals. Okay, so now you're probably like, okay, well, where's all this completed, right? So let's go back to content. And down here, I have student 15. So this is specifically for 1501. So don't, go to your own D2L and make sure you've got the correct directions, because it's going to be different between the two. The course ID, not the directions, but the course ID. So here's the course ID for this specific section. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I'm going to go to the website. Now, if you're familiar with MyMathLab, you probably don't need my help. But anyways, you could sign in and register for the course. Now, if you don't have an account, go down here and go to Student, and you need an email address, the course ID, and then some way to pay for it, right? So here we go. Want to register, so I'm going to put in the code. I put in the course ID, I'm sorry, put that in. And then it's asking me to set up an account. So you can set up an account here, come up with a username and password. Now, when you create the account, it's going to ask you for a email address. Use whatever email address you check most often. It doesn't have to be your school email. I want it to be something that you check often because that's how I typically email the class. I'll email you and say, okay, guys, this exam's due in a couple days, make sure you complete it. Or, when emergencies happen, like in the spring when we had the freeze, I had to email everybody and let them know, this has been extended or whatever may be the case, right? So I want to make sure I have a good contact for you. Now, once you do that, then it's going to ask you for payment. Now, you can get a code that you can purchase from the bookstore. So if you're going to use financial aid, I would get on that as soon as possible. Now, I've also been told that it's possible to pay out of pocket and get reimbursed for financial aid. I'm not completely sure how that works, but that's what I was told by somebody, was that there's a way to where you can pay for it yourself and then somehow be reimbursed by financial aid. So that might be something you want to look into. Don't take my word for it. I would look into it before you do that if you're counting on that. And then but let's just say that you don't have the funds, but you need to get started. At the very bottom of the page, when you're doing your payment, there's going to be a really small link. It's going to really small text, like the text you see right here, and it's going to be at the bottom of the page, and it says something like a 2-week trial or something to that effect. Click on that, and it'll kind of ask you to agree or something, basically to use the software, something like that. So agree that you're going to use a 2-week trial, and then you can get started. Okay, I don't want you to get behind. Okay, get that 2-week trial going, and then once you have the funds, you can pay for the full access. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like when you log in to Pearson. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Now I have a lot of courses here. You're only going to have one. And this is the course right here, College Algebra. Now, depending on what section you have, if you're 1501 or 1525, it doesn't really matter. They're both identical inside. So I'll go ahead and click on one. And let's see, let's go to assignments. So when you click on assignments, you're going to see the first unit of assignments right here, 1.1 all the way to 1.9. And this should be, the test has not been assigned yet, but when it is assigned, it will show up here, and it might show up in green or something like that. It shows up in a different color. So, but I'm going to go ahead and click on the first assignment, factoring review. So it's 20 questions. I'll go ahead and click the first one. And so right here it says select the correct choice below. Okay, let's see. So factor the polynomial using the greatest common factor. Okay, so let's just say I'm just going to put in the wrong answer. I don't know, 4. Check my answer. Oh, no, incorrect. Okay, 4 again. Let's try. Oh, nope, wrong again. Now it says final check. So most questions you get 3 chances unless it's like multiple choice. A lot of times they'll give you less opportunities. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get it wrong again. Final check. Oh, I got it wrong. I can move on to the next question, or I could get a similar one. You can do that up to 5 times to get full credit for the question. So I'm going to do it again. And then this time I'll go ahead and put in the right answer. Let's see, 9 times 2x, oops, plus 5. Close that. And then we'll go ahead and check that. Fantastic. I can move on to the next question. I could. I'm going to go ahead and close that though. Because if I really, let's say I want to get extra practice for the exam coming up, I can do similar question even though I got full credit. And once you get full credit, you have full credit. So even if you do similar question and you decide later you just want to skip it or whatever, once you have credit for it. So, okay. What if you are stuck though? What if you don't know how to do it? Well, there's Help Me Solve It. You can do that one. That one's okay, but students really like View an Example. And what they like about that is that you can kind of look at it side by side with the problem you're working, and you can follow it step by step. Continue, okay, you can read this, start by finding the GCF, so on, continue, continue. And so we'll just kind of tell you step by step how to do it. Now be careful, because a lot of times students will kind of get in the habit of mimicking the directions but not really comprehending. So make sure you're taking the time to kind of read through this and make sure you understand what you're doing. If not, you're going to forget, you're not going to retain it. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now let's say that doesn't work. Well, if you click on more help, oh, there's a video. The videos can kind of be hit and miss. And so let's see.
Hey there, I'm Melissa, and in this video, just
Well,
expression that
kind of a
divides
long video. This one's 5 minutes. Most of them are like 2 or 3 minutes. This one's a little bit longer. But you can watch the videos. Sometimes they are very helpful, and sometimes they're not quite what you're looking for. So let's just say all that stuff isn't working for you. The best thing for you to do is click on Ask My Instructor, and it generates an email directly to me, and it sends me the question that you're having a tough time on, and you can just send me a little message, help me, and I will send you back a video or an explanation in an email. Typically I'll make you a little video. That's what I'm here for. That's my job. So you're not going to be bothering me. Send me your questions, and I'm more than happy to send you back a little detailed video explaining what's going on. So that's why it's really important to put an email address that you're going to check, often, so that we can correspond back and forth with each other. Okay, I think that does it for my math lab. So there's a little bit of a learning curve with the homework, but students for the most part tell me they really like it because you know right away, did I get it right or did I get it wrong? Am I struggling or am I not? And if you are struggling, that's okay. You just need to do something about it. You need to contact me so that we can develop a plan and get you up to speed, okay? So just go to assignments. You'll see whatever's there. You'll see the due dates right here. So it's not due for, we got quite a while. You've got over 3 weeks, but don't wait. Don't wait. Pace yourself. Work, a little bit at it each day. Other than that, let's see. We've got the grade book here. That might be something you'll want to look at once we take an exam, and you can kind of see where your grade's at. Okay, notes and videos. That's really important. How are you going to get your lessons, right? So back to my math lab and content. I'm sorry, D2L. So go back to D2L. We have a notes and video link. Let's go ahead and click on that, and that'll take you to my Google site. And so this is where you'll find the links to the videos and notes to assist you with your my math lab assignments. So let's go ahead and look at Unit 1 and Unit 2 and Unit 3. They all look pretty similar. Unit 4 is a little different. Unit 4 I've got a little bit chopped up. It's a little bit of a smaller unit. But the first 3 units pretty much are set up exactly like this, where you have outline notes. So I'm going to click on that. And so you have these outline notes. You don't have to print them, but they're there if you want to print them. It makes it a little bit easier for you to follow along with the videos, because this is exactly what I'm going over in the videos. Okay. By the way, I like to kind of go in numerical order, so 1.3, 1.4, and so on. The numbers on the back end will tell you where you can find it in the book. So back at my math lab, if you really want to, there is an e-textbook. And so if you want to know where to find the topic in the book, that's how I put it there. I have that number on the back of the title of each section. That's the section that you can find in the book. So that's how you can find the notes. And then here are my videos. I try to make the videos no longer than 20 minutes, but I'm not always successful. Sometimes they go over that.
I'm Kelly Beezer. I'm a mom.
Okay, apparently I've got an ad. Sorry about that. Not on purpose. So here we go. Here's our first video. Oh, and this one's kind of a doozy. It's 35 minutes. That's very rare. Very rare. I try to keep the videos much shorter than that. Okay, I try to keep them around 20 minutes, but you know, it happens sometimes. So this video was a little bit longer than planned. But there's the videos with the notes. So each one's pretty similar to that. Hopefully there's not a lot of ads. I don't usually have ads. I don't know what the deal is with that. And I think that's it for the most part, at least to get everything kind of rolling. And, you know, if you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate. The sooner we kind of address anything you're confused about, even if you think it's, you know, something silly that, you know, you're embarrassed about, just reach out to me so that we can get that resolved and so we don't fall behind. That's what I'm concerned about, okay? So I'm looking forward to a good semester. And like I said, the only difference is um, one of you all, I'll see y'all on campus on Tuesdays from 9 to 10:20, and the other course is completely online. Oh, something I did remember is that I do have office hours on campus on Tuesdays from 12 to 1. Other than that, it's going to be WebEx by request, or when you're in my math lab, like I said, on the when you're doing your homework, click on Ask My Instructor. If you click, you know, that's what 99% of my students do, is they if they're having trouble with a question in their homework and they're just not making any headway, click on Ask My Instructor, send me that email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, okay? All right. Once again, any questions, concerns, you know, feel free to reach out.